We had a vape. Let's see where everything is. Now that we're in Skyhold.
Now, what did they make down here? And what can I make?
Difficulty to be clear. We can add all the equipment our backs can bear, but structural changes are best avoided. With new walls and with the undercroft. Seems like it was built to purpose, whatever that was. The whole keep has settled on top of it. It's weathered some serious heat and pressure. There are spots that feel like the inside of a forge. Large spots. No idea what that means. It's as solid as you get and fill it full of tools and toys. There's a dwarven name for someone who tries to change an old building like that. Sodding fool. So, give him the Skyforge. There's stuff to buy, and here's Harry.
I've walked away from too many burning buildings for one lifetime. This place, though, it'll be alright. It's Inquisitor now, isn't it? That'll take some getting used to.
Take the time you need.
You think it's strange to say? It's stranger to hear.
Don't let it go to your head. We need you level. Everyone just got a big, hard reason to hate Corypheus. And we already did, but we didn't have a name. You're the surprise, not him.
We left in a hurry, but you got into your old place.
Good to be back at work.
Hey, your new
How's
facility.
this place shaping up as a forge?
Better than Haven ever could be. Not the way I wanted an upgrade. But ever forward.
You've got it all up and running.
Your basics, like always. There's space here for, I don't know what. This
Bring
place
whatever.
was built for something big. It'll be a job to fill it.
I'll be back later.
Let's fill it with
I'll
whatever we need to. Saying some of the walls are hot, right? So, oh, and do potion upgrades here as well. Don't have what we need though. The hell is this? Customization. Wow, we can start upgrading the castle. Banners, yes. Oh, we can only do one type of bed. Right, drapery. Nope. Heraldy? Oh, we can do Tormentor. Oh, we can do the Chastened. Decor. Nope. Throne. Only one type now. Windows. The Inquisitor windows. Feralden. Let's stick with Feralden then. We've upgraded some of the house. Craft weapons. Craft armor. Craft armor? Where's that go? Over there? Ah, it's all the same stuff. Don't know what goes over there. Alright, so we've seen this place now. That was the Undercroft. It's through here. Oh, it's a study. Well, who's in the study? Ah, Josephine. Our new Grey Warden heraldry.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
So we need to stabilize
Everything
it.
in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the higher stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
We'll save the Empress.
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress, no matter what.
I pray you're right. If the hints from Therinfor are to be believed, we are all in terrible danger. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Tedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there.
Including
it's
us.
the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
We need to attend this ball.
I'll arrange for an invitation at your discretion, Inquisitor.
If she dies and we're there, we're so screwed. Just saying it now.
Cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization.
It's
This
perfect.
staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus' attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus
First
simply
died.
cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'm loath to part from such pleasant company. Would you care to walk the castle with me?
Oh, well, a tour then? Let me fetch the steward.
That isn't precisely what I was hoping for.
Well, do let me know if you change your mind. Now I must find someone to prepare the guest quarters. Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Might be the Maker's will.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
It's not pain. It's more like my nerves go on fire.
It sounds most unpleasant.
Is there no more conversation now? Oh, I guess that's the end of that conversation. All right. Let's go look for the next place then. Seems to be a couple of people knocking around over here, past the rubble. Whoa! Why is there blue flame? The Rotunda fresco. Sister Liliana, as per your request, I have made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the Rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with message Monsieur Solas. Forgive me, I know he is not titled within the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. On the mural, all the Monsieur would say is, Skyhold is his fortress, meaning of course the Inquisitor. These are his actions. He is of course correct, the subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and it is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as is applied. It is considerable, with long periods of study before the image emerges. Whole cloth. And with certainty, it speaks of how I imagine elves view the world, and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such competence from Messire, given his probable years of study, but it is still an amazing work, demonstrating an art with few living practitioners, even among the Dalish. From Bannon there, the archivist.
What was this?
Hello.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhold. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
I respect you.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I'd like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which... I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than any... the result of unlocking power that had sought release for aid. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believed the orb...
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful... It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power.
Like the power to control the orb...
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any law connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. Spoiled his glory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. You must continue.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible. Assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to right.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the law, the ancient Magistars of Devinter received guidance from the old gods. Corypheus commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
We'll talk later.
He's taken over one of an old god even. Request for resources on the Fade. Regarding your request, as a noted partner of the Inquisition, Lady Montelet has ensured our contracts are quick to reply. The few titles on hand accompany this letter, with the remaining en route from libraries in Val Royal and surrounding. Archivist Bannon. Fade and Spirits Mysterious by Brother Fernand Genetini. An Enchanter's Observation by Anonymously. Unholy Grace, The Orphan Unknown, blah 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 blah. Loads of different books basically. So he's really looking into detail on this, trying to find out who's caused this. We rise higher in the archivist area. Oh, who's this? That might be the archivist.
Ooh, Inquisitor, greetings. I was recently appointed by Sister Liliana to keep her books in order.
Her
I'm
books?
so pleased to be here, helping out in my small way. Well, I should get back to work.
What? I can't even ask him questions. Maybe unlocks later.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over the duties of Minave.
Yes. She said she was needed elsewhere and that I should serve the Inquisition to the best of my ability.
What is she doing?
I wasn't told.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered.
What makes you particular?
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
What is your evaluation?
Not optimal given the facilities. Skyhold should be improved, or our efforts will continue.
As you were.
So somehow I'm going to improve this place. Oh, book. 4. And so it was, for the victory was absolute, and the cheers were raised for General, not Sheridan. And so, buoyed by respect and admiration, not Sheridan, stood proud and removed the mask to state her true name. For had they not accepted her, had they not thrived by her leadership, had they not become comrades despite station and mask and nonsense of protocol? And the answer was swift and bewildering, for they had not. And swiftly she was bundled away amidst calls of impostor and spy, and other terms she could not know, for she still did not know Ole. Basically, I don't know who you are. You're fine. The veil. I detest this notion that the veil is some manner of invisible curtain that separates the world of the living from the world of the spirits. Whether it be called the Fade or the Beyond is a matter of racial politics I refuse to indulge in at the moment. There is no this side and that side when it comes to the veil. One cannot think of it as a physical thing or a barrier or even a shimmering wall of holy light. Thank you very much for that imagery of perfection. Think of the veil instead as opening one's eyes. Before you opened them, you saw our world as you see it now, static, solid, unchanging. Now that they are open, you see our world as the spirits see it, chaotic, ever-changing, a realm where the imagined and the remembered have as much substance as that which is real. More, in fact. The spirit sees everything as defined by will and memory, and this is why they are so very lost when they cross the veil. In our world, imagination has no substance. Objects exist independent of how we remembered them, or what emotions we associate with them. Mages alone possess the power to change the world with their minds. Perhaps this forms the nature of a demon's attraction to them. Who can say? Regardless, the act of passing through the veil is much more about changing one's perceptions than a physical transition. The veil is an idea, it is an act of transition itself, and it is only the fact that both living beings and the spirits find the transition difficult that gives the veil any credence as a physical barrier at all. Interesting. It's saying, we think, therefore we are.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
You don't need to worry about me. I can keep up.
Yes, I noticed that.
Did you now?
Certainly. If you were a slack-jawed yokel, you'd already be dead. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a dark spawn.
Say the Chantry is lying.
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar, or delusional, or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? He broke open the Fade. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't actually destroyed the world.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone from Tevinter standing against him. It would have been nice if you'd helped stop Alexius. But that's not how things went. So be it. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
You'd really fight your own countrymen?
Southerners like to think of the Imperium as nothing but slavers and cultists. But it's not true. Some Tevinters are not only handsome and well-dressed, but... So, I'll happily kill cultists or anyone who thinks a Darkspawn god is the way of the future.
What if this is a ruse?
Rather elaborate, considering they'd need to have assumed you'd escape hate. But I am the ideal spy. Charming, clever. How about this? Let me help, and you can hang me later, if you wish. I look good in rope.
We can use all the help we can get.
No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you, either. You know that, yes?
No one likes a pessimist.
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world.
We've got critical arm.
And congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Gosh. There's no other way to go upwards here, is there?
Roderick, that chantry fellow who led us through the mountain from Haven. You know he died, I assume. Got us as far as the camp, and then that was it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I helped him walk. He talked about you quite a bit. He just needed to be sure you were Andraste's chosen. He was terrified of what it meant, if it were true. But in the end, he believed. He asked me to tell you he was sorry.
It seems he was a good man after all.
Sometimes you discover things where you least expect. Anyway, we can talk about something else if you'd rather.
There must be some reason you haven't left.
Why? I have to be fond of you to agree with what you're doing. I do think you blunder about, Inquisitor, thrashing like a caged dragon at I still believe Corypheus needs to be stopped, and that I need to be here to help stop him.
Why is that so vital to you? There must be a reason.
I'm just whimsical that way. Of course there's a reason. Corypheus was a Magister. He represents even if it means I stand on the sidelines watching, if that's meaningless to you, then tell me to go and I will.
No, I'm not asking you to leave.
Excellent. Then let's not belabor it.
Ooh. Anyway, I'll leave Dorian alone for a moment. It seems he's having a moment. Solas I've seen, Dorian I've seen. Liliana's somewhere around here. What, really? Is there another set of staircases? There is another set of staircases. You'll be happy to learn that your friends are doing well. The second is still unhappy about his meal plan. Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
More likely they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Their lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
I always get into these arguments now with Leliana. You know, she cares a lot about her men, and she is
Our
also
agents have
conflicted.
encountered more followers of Corypheus, these so-called Venatori. Their leader, Calpurnia, has them searching elven ruins. For what, I do not know. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
Do you know anything about Calpurnia?
Only that Calpurnia is a name from ancient Event. She was a priestess of Dumat, foster mother to the founder of the Imperium. A name like that is meant to assure the Venatori they follow in the footsteps of legends. We must prove them wrong.
What strategy do you have in mind?
A subtle approach. These Venatori have been shadowing a merchant called Vicinius on Calpurnia's orders. They've investigated his finances, surveyed his warehouses.
You plan to
I
attack him?
propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him. Find out what he knows of Calpurnia.
Vicinius sounds like a
Born in Tallow. Although he claims to be from Virantium, he sells rare oils and amber.
What side of the bed does he sleep on?
He's unremarkable. I cannot think why Calpurnia would care.
What if Vicinius is as much in the dark as we...
It never hurts to eliminate an avenue of inquiry. They have contacts and spies, just as we do. The sooner you speak with Vicinius, the better.
We need him to open up about these bloodthirsty cultists. I'll bring wine.
Vicinius could be a useful ally. Merchants travel, and they love gossip as much as coin. I'll make arrangements for you to visit his summer home in Val Royeaux. Hopefully, your attention should be enough to pique his interest. We'll have Calpurnia's secrets yet.
Right, another side mission picked up there. See if there's anything else. Oh,
Did you need something?
what's she doing over there?
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven. She was a good friend. But thank you for asking. It is appreciated.
Anything I sh...
It seems that the Orlesian army is away. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
Anything else up here I can look at? What's this? A fine time to close the border. The news is dire. There are rumours that our warden brothers and sisters in Ferelden have all perished. Without the Grey Wardens, the Blight will take Ferelden. Then it will undoubtedly spread. It will go north to the Navarra and the Marches. It will come west to the Orlais. At the head will be an archdemon, and in the wake will come thousands upon thousands of Darkspawn. We must be ready to stare squarely into the eyes of oblivion. The problem, you see, is not a new one for us. Politics, to say. Ferelden and Orlais have been at odds in an understatement. These two are like dogs and cats. We wardens are Orlesian by address only, but that does not seem to matter to Ferelden's leaders. Word is that the King of Ferelden is dead, and his successor, Loghain Mactar, decrees that no warden set foot in the country. Mactar, a national hero who helped expel invading Orlesian forces from Ferelden, seems to have it out for our order, too. Maybe he doubts our abilities. Maybe he is more foolish than the history books make him out to be. This is why we must wait, even as Ferelden willingly welcomes his fate.
Sister Leliana will want access to the birds.
Baron Plucky, I don't care how many missions he's flown or how many lives his actions have saved. He is a holy terror. Nearly pecked out my eyes the last time I tried to catch a message to him. All the dramatic flapping and squawking caused the sister to come over. Should have seen her. Look, when she snatched the letter from me, if I had a weaker constitution, it might have killed me on the spot. I suppose she thought I was trying to murder her prized raven, and all she had to do was coo at him, and the Baron hopped onto her shoulder, and all sweetness nestled in her neck. How does she do it? All the birds like her. Is it blood magic? It's blood magic, isn't it?
Get the cages up here.
Yeah,
Quickly.
But why? More stuff going on I have no idea about. I just jumped down. And I live. Hurt a little, but I lived. There's a quick way of getting downstairs. Because we've now spoken to everyone down here. Okay, now check out the next room. Oop. I don't think anyone's in here, but, you know, never hurts. Oh. Okay, that's a bit blocked at the moment. Get to go outside now. Whoa. This is pretty big.
This place. It's a bloody palace, it is.
What's this? News of Fadus. Haven destroyed by Darkspawn menace. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrim Sanctuary of Haven, home to New Inquisitor, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are now beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisitor's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and the Inquisition leadership survived. They found refuge elsewhere. And apparently their news reached us before it reached them. Pragmacto. Right, we've got to talk to. We've got Sarah here.
So, Inquisitor. It's Inquisitor
Apparently she's a
now,
nurse.
right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows.
Yep.
That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it?
Wow.
Gosh, there, what do I step in?
Let me know what she says. I could use some clarification myself.
It's swearing, not praying. She doesn't answer. Not like she's supposed to. I know what happened to you, or what everyone here thinks happened. It seems... I don't know what it seems.
I can't help if you don't explain what's wrong exactly.
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it? We're kind of screwed if it isn't. I mean, that Coryphi thing. A Magister, right? Story is, he cracked the Golden City. But that's a hazy dream. If not, Seat of the Maker, real thing. A seat needs a book, so the Maker, real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world, real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhold rubbish so I can go play.
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe it or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Coryphalus believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
Pick whatever cause you want. I need hope, not selfishness.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal.
Yep.
A nice, well-paid normal.
Belief may decide what happens. You can't rule it out.
Right, well, shout me up when the gods show. I'll be here, loony.
Maker, you're a mess. Let me have a look at you. Are you all right, my dear? Were you hurt? You look dreadful.
You should have seen me an hour ago.
We should do something about this dirt. We don't need you frightening the faithful. Let's keep up appearances. You've handled this crisis competently, saving as many lives as you did. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
Mind your own business. Worked in our favour. Corypheus will pay for this. I couldn't save them all.
For every person I saved, 2 more were cut down. I failed them.
You haven't failed them, my dear. The men and women who fight for you gave their lives for a great cause, and they fought to the end. The rest still fight, and you will fail them if you give up now. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first, and teach them to fear us. I think you know what needs to be done, my dear.
Yep, because I read Wikipedia, so I know the way forward.
So,
the great
this is
Wikipedia.
Skyhold.
Oh, you heard of it.
Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications.
Oh good, I get to go upstairs.
We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
He's not gonna get the better of us again.
We lost good soldiers that day, loyal men and women. Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
There's so little I remember. What if they're right?
Does it even matter? Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they'd be consumed by despair. We all would. They need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter. Listen to me
Just like
talk.
Andraste the Maker.
Your time is valuable and I've wasted enough of it.
I don't want to kind of convince all these guys to fight death for me.
How was a place like this ever lost?
Someone made it lost. And that's what happened. This is my bedroom. I bet this is my bedroom. There's a look at my bedroom on it. Oh, Blackwall found us where we were trying to get. That looks like Varric. Hello.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
A long time ago. I look a bit different.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
Could have, doesn't mean...
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the...
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the Templar.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
If Corypheus has corrupted the Wardens, it may be too late to save them.
I understand. I'll do whatever's necessary to stop him. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used... But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the... Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear.
Where did you go after them?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come up. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up. The exalted march never came.
Varric said you were the champion of Kirkwall.
What happened at Kirkwall was the same, fearful of blood magic and abominations. And in their desperation to survive, the mages of the... Finally, a rebel mage named Anders destroyed Kirkwall's Chantry. And everything.
I heard that Anders was your...
I don't know if there ever was just... He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall.
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the... My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall. But everyone else I used to know? They've pretty much scattered to the winds.
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition.
Only good things. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you
We're another quest, and we'll continue our journey to search this lovely kingdom. And that's where my ramparts come to a fashionable end. It appears. We'll need to do this place up, basically. So what's down here? This is a different part, which means more people. There's Cassie. There's a runaway point. Somewhere around here there's meant to be a pot. It's not in there. Very weird. Who's this? Oh, the Iron Bulb.
Demons. It had to be demons.
Yep.
Getting into your head. Messing around.
What matters is that we defeated it and brought the Templars to our side.
With all these damn demons popping up, I guess we need the help.
Oh, he seemed completely unrelated to the situation. Oh, hello.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
Hey! Enough!
You're taking his side?
I said enough!
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
A
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
Ah, I understand.
He did bring Hawk. Late, perhaps, but Hawk is with us. As are you.
Thumbs up.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him, and you tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. I don't know how it will end, but I would have it no other way.
Yep,
Planning
those are
troop
moments.
movements now.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means. I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
That didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
If I'm guided by anything, it's you.
Oh, excellent. The blind leading the blind.
I don't think you're blind.
Clearly, you haven't been paying attention.
Haven't I?
When we first met, if someone told me I would be pleased to have you lead me, I would have throttled them. But I am. The Maker chose well.
I appreciate that.
We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
Seemed so awkward when he grabbed her hand there. Man's not been working on his form lately. And she just casually unbuckled the hands as well. Looks like I need to gain more brownie points. Wow, she's going through a lot of cutscenes today. They must really want you to get with Cassandra in this game.
Good book?
Ah!
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you blushing?
What would I have to blush about?
Romance book. Romance
You
book.
tell me.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields. The latest chapter.
So you like to read? What's wrong with that?
It's frivolous. There are more important things for me to do.
Why don't I believe you?
It's literature. Smutty literature.
Ooh.
Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Maybe I should read that book.
You? No!
Why not me?
You're the Inquisitor.
Oh, I see.
They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. You could ask him to finish it. Command him to... Pretend you don't know about me.
Got old Iron Bull sitting over there. Just he's chuckling on the inside. I can tell.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed. Templars going rogue.
You read?
No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents, and I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
So that book you were reading.
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
And don't get me wrong, I like this side of you.
I don't... Not so bad, then. It's good to see you.
Do you have any advice for me?
Treat Dorian with... It's possible he could be what he seems. What if he is not? At best, his presence makes the Inquisition a...
That's enough and...
Another...
Any missions from the old Iron Bull then?
Inquisitor, huh? Well, speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want me to come?
Here, come on.
Crap. Hope it's not some sex scene. I've given like new suggestions. All my romance options have been gone.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much. So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't think the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
Apparently, dressed slightly differently, I look like a mercenary and not exactly who I am.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
It was
always good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
Where, okay.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
Worship, whoa!
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Sister Liliana glanced at me today. I think she's gonna have me killed.
No, you'll be fine, love. We don't kill people for no reason lately. Oh, it looks like there's a moment going on over there. But let's see what else Iron Wall can reveal to us. Clearly there's more moments.
What's going on?
Oh, I guess not. Yeah, I gotta go find Varric and be like, guess what she's looking for?
Here. Tell the commander that this is the perfect spot for the armory.
Yes, ma'am. Right away.
Sounds like we're going to see a lot of change going on down here. Solas's old home. Seeing all this repurposing going on.
How may I help you?
Thank you for Haven and your efforts at Therenfall. I am committed to serve your worship.
When the people are saved earlier.
Of all the things in the world, a demon who wears someone's face. I imagine it makes trusting others risky.
Without trust, how would we build alliances? Or friendships?
It's easy to speak well of trust when yours has never been misplaced.
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Well, everyone questions Weissop anyway.
What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.